Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy, and we are back in Grounded, taking a look at what's happened with my base over about the last week. And starting off, we got this crazy looking Mayan temple-like thing, covered in ant heads, got the skull and crossbones. You know, it looks pretty menacing. But once you get to the inside, you discover that it just has a bunch of storage. This is all about plank storage and stem storage. I got 6 plank pallets in here and 4 stem pallets. And this thing was completely filled, emptied, filled, emptied, and like partially filled and emptied a few times over. Unfortunately, it's empty right now. I gotta get back out there and refill all these things. So, that was actually built just so I could make this ramp to get on top of the juice box. I know. What? Dang, Decoy, you kind of lost your mind. And, yeah. I mean, all you needed was a ramp. And you built like a little tiny fortress to protect your stems and pieces of grass. But what I really wanted to do was build that giant tower over there, because it is effectively a hub to other areas of the map now. So we'll work our way up to this tower, and I gotta say, it looks pretty darn cool checking out the spiral from a distance. And I will warn you, it takes a while to get up these stairs. And everybody that's been in my world so far, I tell them their first time going up the stairs, they might want to walk until they get the hang of it and then sprint later on. Because after a point, you go falling off of this, it's probably going to kill you if you don't have a dandelion. Now up here, I've got zip lines going off to different parts of the map. Of course, this sends you down to the pagoda little shrine thing. This one I send you way off towards the bird bath. And this one sends you off to the poison. Now, we're actually going to ride on all of these. Because, well, you got to. I mean, it's too freaking cool getting to ride on the zip line. I was really proud of unlocking it and being able to finally build them. But man, you will go through a bunch of, what is it, spider silk or whatever it is? Oh man, a ton of it building these long lines. I think this one cost me like 40 something, maybe 50, maybe more. I don't know. I know it was a lot. But I love riding on the zip lines because it gives you such a unique perspective over the yard as you're traveling through it. Then you get to check out some of these other random objects that, you know, you really only normally see when you're super tiny looking up at it. Now, one cool thing about the little poison drop-off area is it is just above the poison. So when you land out here, you have plenty of time to go ahead and equip your gas mask if you forgot to. Or if you forgot to bring a gas mask, I built a little basket up here and put a couple gas masks in it just to be on the safe side. And of course we got the weed killer, 420. Marijuana Easter eggs. Anyways, so up here, this is all pretty much built and ready to go. And then we just have a bridge over to the porch and then down to the step. And at the bottom of those stairs is like a little base camp with a few little, oh, what are they? Lean-tos. Now we'll take the trip back. And I'm going to warn you, there's an audio glitch that happens sometimes when you ride on a zip line. And it's going to happen here in a few seconds. It doesn't happen all the time, but on occasion it happens, and it is fairly annoying. I hope that's something they get worked out here in the near future. But overall, I can't complain too much because I'm having too much fun playing it. It's just a minor little bug, and to be fair, this is early access kind of thing. So there's plenty of bugs that need worked out. Now, little audio bug and all, I will say that this is about my favorite trip out of all of my zip lines, because it gets so close to the grass and so close to hitting stuff on the way back that it is just too darn cool. I will say, I would love to see them add the ability to ride the zip line in first person, because I imagine this trip right here would look so much cooler in first person. But hey, here in a second we'll make it to the end of this and that audio glitch will finally go away. Any second. And we're free of the little audio glitch. So this little section up here was actually built way back during the first week when we were attempting to hunt spiders safely. And oh, look at that, there's an ant down there being a bully, picking on the little weevil. Yeah, some ants, I mean, they are bullies. And then we go over here in the soda can, we got an ant that's wigging out. See, ant, this is why you're not supposed to be drinking all that soda. You go crazy, you get hyper. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run back up to the top of the tower, and I'll skip ahead to when I'm at the top, and I'll see you there. Alright, now let's head off towards the bird bath and check that section out. And this was actually the key reason this tower was built and made so tall, because I needed to be able to send the zip line off to the top of the bird bath. Because if you haven't played the game, there's some cool stuff over near the bird bath, and you'll find yourself wanting to go over there every so often. So basically I just went with the idea of, alright, so if I'm going to build a spot going over to the bird bath, let's go ahead and build spots going off to other places too. But one thing I really like about the bird bath drop off is when we hit it, we hit the leaf and fall off into the water, which is kind of cool. Now, I do have to say that the stairway coming up here was not built by me. And sooner or later, I'm going to have to come back over here and build some supports, because it makes my brain hurt. Also, right down there, it's hard to see, but there are some lean-tos and a little cooking station down there. A little tiny base camp that was built while the stairs were being constructed. Let's hop back up here, and we'll take this one back towards the beginning. And, man, yeah, I'm going to have to come back over here and fix them stairs. I'm going to go crazy if I don't. So, a quick little pro tip for any of you playing this and you get one of the daily missions to kill gnats and you can't find them. Over near the lights out in the yard that light up at nighttime, there's normally a bunch of gnats flying around it. Like this one up here by the rose bushes. When we get closer to it, you should be able to see a bunch of gnats flying around that thing. I mean, a ton. You just gotta be careful if you're dealing with the one over here, because there are spiders nearby. So, you know, be aware of that. Cool thing about this little trip back is how close we come to this dandelion. I mean, oh man, if we were any closer, we would hit that thing. Now, I do like where the return sends us on this one, just because it puts you right back at the tower, or you're right beside the tower. You can easily run back up. So, I'm going to go back to the top, and I will see you there. Alright, so if you're wondering about the little chest that was up here, that thing is just full of dandelion tufts, so you can parachute if you need to. And, oh, looking at that backyard, it looks awesome, right? So, let me take you over here. And this right now is kind of more of a temporary line. I don't know if this will always stay connected here. This will kind of be determined by what happens as the game evolves down the road. But when we get down here, we run around towards the back of this, which I'll do here in a second. Way back here, I started to build a little bridge off towards the cliff because, well, I'm curious. I want to know what's back here. And it's still a work in progress. I haven't finished the bridge, but I've got enough of it that we can jump and make the gap. And of course, you find a bunch of these under construction things running around everywhere. And for those of you who haven't played this game, those are basically little borders just saying that, well, that's future content area. They haven't finished working on it yet. But you can totally go run around back there and check it out. It's not like an invisible wall that blocks you from checking out part of the world. So I still need to go run around out there. I'm pretty sure there's nothing, but I'd still like to run around out there just because. Let's make our way back to the zip line. Of course, last week we had to parachute off of this thing. This week we can ride a zip line straight down into the camp. And this zip line is pretty darn fast too. I like it. Quick, easy way to get back to camp. Puts you right in here near the beds, which I still need a 4th bed. But I'm kind of holding out that maybe eventually I unlock a new type of bed down the road, and I'll make that the 4th bed. Also, I got the Decoy armor, and I'm working towards getting a 2nd set of it so I can have them standing guard. And then back over towards the basketball court, I upgraded it. I got little like benches out here now. I got 2 goals and a trampoline. There's a basket over here. It's actually full of a bunch of pebbles, so you can play basketball whenever you want. You don't have to run around and go pick up pebbles before you can play. But yeah, I feel like a lot's happened over the last week. And got a little storage craziness going on. Got a massive tower zipline shooting out every which way. And it's only going to get crazier from there. Plus, I found the bee armor, which is super friggin' cool. We don't have bees yet, but the thought terrifies me. Bees and mosquitoes are coming. But that's going to wrap this one up. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.